So I started working on this piece last week, and the intent behind this project is just to kind of do somewhat of a deep dive into my childhood, as my goal is just to be able to express myself and to make art about the things that I don't usually talk about. I think that's really just been a theme over this past couple months, and that's something I'm trying to work on. So as I was working on this piece, I wanted to kind of go back into doing the black and white and the color, and then kind of putting them together in one piece, because I feel like it says a lot. Like, it really adds to the composition, and then it kind of adds to the storytelling. And the reason why I do this is because there's a little bit of a concept behind it. I believe that color are basically just wavelengths of energy, wavelengths of light, if you will. And so when I add color into my art, it's more so saying, like, this is high energy, high vibrations within a person. Like, this person has a lot of value and worth. There's a lot more happiness, joy. It's more vibrant whenever I add a color. But then when I add the black and white to it, it's just to say this is somebody who doesn't have that, somebody who is low vibrations, who have no energy. It's that absence of color, you know? So it basically has the opposite effect. So when I bring them together, that's really the concept I'm trying to portray or trying to illustrate. So this is an illustration of a woman that's looking inside of a mirror and seeing the reflection of herself, but as a kid. And not only is it just a reflection of herself, but it's a reflection of her upbringing, like parts of her childhood. Now, this was something that was part of my childhood. I would have family members who would drink a lot and go out quite frequently. You know, I didn't really think much of it at the time as a kid, but, you know, as I grew up, I began to like somewhat resenting that. And then I also have family members that were gang affiliated. Now, again, it didn't mean much to me as a kid. You know, I honestly thought that shit was cool. Starting to get older, I started realizing that things like this really impacted me in such a negative way. Somebody asked me this question before, but they was just like, okay, if all of your art pieces are really about you, why don't you ever do like any like self-portraits? Like, why is it that you illustrate yourself through all these different people? And to be honest, I don't really have an answer to that. I just never really liked doing self-portraits. I've always been somebody who liked to illustrate myself as other people in order to kind of make my art more relatable. So like, even though this piece is about me, I'm illustrating myself as this woman looking at herself in a mirror and seeing herself as a child. Clearly, I am not a woman. I don't give a fuck about, and I really don't care about no damn Hello Kitty, but I would like my artwork to be able to connect to others. So instead of like, you know, making all of my artwork about me, even though it is about me, it's more about making this piece for others. Like, that's the whole reason why I even put my artwork out there in the first place. Otherwise, you know, I can make artwork all day and not share it with a soul. But that's it. I just wanted to bring y'all along with this work in progress, see where I'm at so far, and then I'll keep y'all updated. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Appreciate it.